the record button and then say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
It's going all right.
That is good to hear. We're doing a Deck Doctor again today on this of the most glorious days, July 4th. Happy birthday, America. That's the only time during this recording I'm going to say that, I promise. But yeah, we're doing it on your Toru deck. Toru Hagakure.
Yeah. So this, I didn't have a deck this month, so I decided I'm actually going to help my friend who needs some help with this deck. So
Okay.
I'm being uncharitable. So he started shortly before the Oman Provisional, and when he played in the Provisional, he pulled Toru. So he's like, I want to build Toru. Sure, man, why not? So he's been using my collection and borrowing some stuff from that, and so he's looking to... He was playing Toru under air, and it just wasn't meshing well, but he really likes Indiscriminate Shock, so I said, well, I think Indiscriminate Shock with Toru might be better in Chaos. Because of things like Ice Storm and so on and so forth, but I'm not certain. So I'm kind of on the fence of this one. So it's basically just a standard stun Toru, but I've never built one, so I'm just not sure like where this is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I'm tossing in some stuff. So are they willing to go and get some cards if
Yeah. We're sharing a collection, so he has most of my stuff, and anything he gets is basically going to me. So
Okay. That is good to know. We're gonna go ahead and we're looking at there. We're just slamming some stuff in, you know?
absolutely, like I said, I'm fully open. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not sure which direction I want to go. I have like this baseline, but even then, this is still a 50 card pile because I needed to finish something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's also his first time with a sideboard, like a true sideboard, so I'm kind of looking to get that weaned out too, whether or not you're willing to help with that or not. It's just baby's first sideboard sort of thing. So
Yeah, for sure. I think the sideboard as is actually looks pretty decent. The
I
only
was thinking,
thing that I could maybe say is maybe you could also put Ochako 2 in there and see how they enjoy playing that character, because Ochako 1 and Ochako 2's game plans are similar enough.
I could see that, yeah.
All right, so I have taken a couple things and put them into sideboard. So let's see what happens. So first and foremost, you said the goal is to be a stun deck, but you don't have the best stun card in the deck, and that is Giant Ice Wall. There's no Giant Ice Wall here.
Okay, I was not sure about Giant Ice Wall. I've always been on the fence of that card. I personally have never enjoyed it, but I'm also like, I know it's good, but it's not a me card sort of thing, you know?
That's fair. That's totally fair. It could just be like a 5-0 for 5, or you open it up with the stun 2 and then say that other stuff is cool. It really depends on how badly do you like Zero Gravity Lift. In your main board, Zero Gravity Lift is just a 5/5 for 6 throw. It doesn't actually do anything to like help your game state. You're not playing the main board of Meteor Showers. If you are main boarding Meteors, I'm very in. I'm super in. But this card is so good at doing the Indiscriminate Shock thing that I think that it is just worth the replacement. Also, the 3 high block versus the 2 high block. This card,
Yeah, and regular one too. I mean, you know.
correct. This card does make the Ochako 1 sideboard harder to justify, right? Which is why then we get to play Ochako 2. Imagine Ochako 2 with this card, right? It's a 5-0 for 5 with stun 2. You pick it up, you play it back down, and then slam it. Oof, that seems sick. That actually seems really cool.
That does actually seem good.
Yeah, you can Giant Ice Wall and Indiscriminate Shock for 1,000 stun, 1,000 speed, 1,000 damage. Nutty.
Yeah.
I like Pillar Swing, but having 4x Pillar Swing and 4x Indiscriminate Shock is a little iffy to me, but I get why it's here. I almost would rather have something on the lines of Cheerful Uppercut, because it is way better on defense. I would say like I would do like 2 Pillar Swing, like 1 Uppercut, maybe 1 Home Run Comet, depending on, I don't know how badly you're married to this number here,
Not at all. I filled it out to have a legal deck, basically.
Love it, love it, love it. So the number one issue with Hagakure is she can't kill people, right?
Right.
Like that's just her issue. She just can't kill people. And so like your ice storms are good, your pillar swings feel good, but like this is a kill card at the end of a string. This is a kill card at the end of a string, and so we need more than just indiscriminate shock to be able to kill them, which is why a lot of people pick Meteor Shower.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. And so this card represents 8 damage. This card represents that same 8 damage that Pillar Swing gets, and you can use Jolt to fuel it.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So my personal opinion is I like Cheerful Uppercut more than Pillar Swing because it does the 2 things we want it to do. So it could be a 7 low for 4 on our poke with as the flash and be like, yo, this is a low attack. You have to block it, right? If you don't block it, I'll throw something back in your hand. I'll steal my momentum and then keep popping off.
Right. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on just taking out the like even like 2 Pillar Swing for uppercut?
I'm not married to Pillar Swing, so we can just take it out entirely if you want.
Yeah, I think this card's really cool in decks that can give it more stats than what it currently has, and that's just not Hagakure. Right. A 6 diff 5 mid for 8 is actually just like not that great when I could do that same thing on a 5 diff as a low attack. So I'm just gonna take the Pillar Swing out, and then I actually am excited to see what 4 Cheerful Uppercut looks like in this deck, because not only does it like if your opponent does attack, it hinders them building later, and so like God Grace is gonna work out stronger and better.
Yeah.
And then what were your thoughts on the Zero Gravity Lift versus the Giant Ice Wall?
Again, totally fine with that one. I didn't throw things together like that, but I also didn't use a lot of discretion either, sort of thing.
Fair. All right, so we're gonna take and put 0 here, and then we're gonna put 3 back here. Okay. And then
we can, if we're upping the foundations, like I said, we're not married to the number. It can be anywhere between 55 and 60 as far as I'm concerned, even higher if
we can keep it as close to 50 as possible. I think 55 is the number we're going to shoot for at the absolute most. If we can do that, I mean, 18 attacks in a 50 card deck is like slightly above average, so you should be drawing your attack cards pretty significantly, and the fact that like, I mean, low attack, mid attack, they have to hold all lows. This is now an all low package, so I'm actually really, really digging the idea of all lows. If we wanted to be absolutely abysmal to our opponent and like wanted them to hate their life, we could also play at like just a 2x Zero Gravity Barrier. If we wanted them to absolutely hate themselves. This card is a 5 low for 6 on our character. It is a 1 block. The only issue is it is a 2 check. I believe that the Torus of the future are going to be mainboarding this card at a 4 of. I think this card is actually cracked in a lot of characters.
My buddies don't have a problem with a 2 check, so
yeah, I think we're gonna rock Zero Gravity Barrier at a 2 of. I think this card is very, very cool.
So then my question is where.
Yeah, we're gonna push up to 55 cards.
Okay, with 20 attacks.
Yep, we will be fine. We're only going to be committing face downs, or destroying committed cards for this, and so I think it's going to be okay. And as well as we've got 7 blocking actions in our deck, and so like drawing, we don't have to like. Our goal is not to string out these big long strings, and if necessary, like if this number is too high, take this down by 1. Take this down by 1, right? Like this could easily go to a 3 of as well, right? And be 19 attacks. I just like Cheerful Uppercut as an aggressive tool, right? I just think that Cheerful Uppercut is one of the most slept on cards in the format. I absolutely love this card. I think this card is crazy good. And and straight up, if we do sideboard Ochako 2, which is what I suggest we do, this card is correct in Ochako 2 because she always gets to block with it. Yeah, your character gets to block with it too. Holy shit. Hey, I'll flash this for -2 speed. All right, Cheerful Uppercut. I'll block it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card is so crazy good versus the this combo here of Hagakure Cheerful Uppercut is so good versus the life decks that just like open every turn with Back Alley Haymaker. Like, you don't get to build, you don't get to stun, you don't get to draw. It's a 2 mid, and I'll Cheerful Uppercut and I'll slam it. I check my 3, I'll commit Hagakure. I'm done with my ability. I'm fine with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. Whew. Okay. The other thing about maining Cheerful Uppercut is we have graceful maneuvers in our deck, and so like it doesn't even matter that we have it.
True.
Okay, so the first thing that I don't like about your foundation lineup is just League Interview at a 4 of. There's no reason this card should be a 4 of. It should just be a 2 of. This was in here. I'm positive for your
deck count, yeah. That and deck count, yeah.
Sure. But I would rather us play like more in training partners, or Confused could be in here. I think Rockin' Attitude is like a mandatory 2 of. Let's actually look at our stat block real fast. Yeah, I think Rockin' Attitude is a mandatory 2 of in our deck. Boop. And the reason is we're able to, holy cow, we're able to block with Cheerful Uppercut, respond, and then move it with Rockin' Attitude. Excuse me? This moves a charge? Huh.
Well then.
Huh.
Thanks, Cam. I don't know.
Huh. My mind is racing with all the cool things we can do under the chaos symbol now.
Hold. Zero gravity barrier.
Correct.
Also.
Yeah. This one, that's tip of the iceberg, right? That's tip. We also get to.
I just didn't even think about that.
We also get to block with Jolt and move it. Block with Jolt,
Good
move, instantly stun a thing, right? We get to block with Giant Ice Wall, breaker them, and then move it, because it's a stun attack. Yeah, this card has got a ton of value, and I want to put it in at a 2 of. Maybe this is. Man, so let me tell you where I'm at, right? And this is now the sauce, right? I wanted to make a control Denki 2-dot that was just playing Zero Gravity Barrier and Denki, because if you hit with Zero Gravity Barrier or block with Rockin' Attitude and then Denki, Zero Gravity Barrier is live and they can't hurt you.
True.
And the only way that they can get rid of the Zero Gravity Barrier is by either making me spend it or using selective momentum hate, right? Like Capture Evildoers.
So perhaps the play is, instead of sideboard Ochako 1, we go more control and sideboard into Denki 2.
So I actually think that Ochako 2 is the better call. Okay. Just because we're playing a lot of attacks inside of our deck. Like we're now at 20-30, right? We're at 32, so we just need to add a couple more. And like giving Zero Gravity Barrier the +2 speed is like still nutty, right? It could be a man. I want to play Chaos Ochako too. This seems sick. This seems so sweet. Man. Wowzers. There's just so much going on. So the biggest issue with the Chaos symbol is it has no draw power, right? That's the number one issue with it. Yeah, it's cool.
The one draw power is not good in it.
Correct. So let's talk about the foundations that I wanted to include. Final exam failures. It's either stun 1, stun 3, or destroy 1. This card is neat. I don't know how great it is. It could easily be like a 2 of and see if you like it, then maybe pop it up to a 3 of, getting rid of some other high block options, which we don't really have that many. I'm gonna look at block zone. Yeah, we actually only have 2 high blocks in our foundation count. We need to probably get rid of some of these mids. All our highs are over here. What do we? Man, 28 mids. Okay, we gotta get rid of some mids. I think League Interview is gone, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Not married.
Yeah, League is gone. We're gonna put Graceful down to a 3 of. Clever. Is there not just a better spam? under this symbol. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm looking. Where did it go? I lost. Oh, here it is. Chaos spam. Chaos difficulty. Chaos foundation go. Struggling with studies. We playing this card? We are at a 4 of. Oh my god, struggling with studies with Cheerful Uppercut. Ah, it's too good. Trans Gunhead. We're not gonna play. Stronger in Darkness? Nope, we don't get to play that one. Infinite Potential release. It might actually just be worth it to play just for release, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of on that boat. I just wasn't sure because of the 4-check. I don't know. I'm a little weird about that with this deck.
I get it. I get it. I mean, we're playing. 5 diff. So like, I get not wanting to check the 4s for sure. My biggest thing is this number is just too high for a 50 card deck. We need to put this up to at least 15 each, and then have our mids be where they lie, which I'll double check here. All right, yeah. And so I think that us having either Final Exam Failures, Cool Student, or Frozen in that bonus high block slot could exist, or we could take and increase release by like 1 and then have like 2 of those other ones, or like 1 Frozen, 1 Cool Student, and then 1 more release, right? And that would put us to 15. There's 3 cards. From there, it's your choice.
I think Frozen is going to be an important one.
Okay.
I don't know. Wait, no, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking for the different one. Never mind. Not Frozen. Well, Frozen maybe still. I don't know. Well, no, because we're destroying our own foundations.
Correct. Yeah, it's just to destroy them on our turn, as opposed to destroying them. Destroy them to kill them with indiscriminate, as opposed to putting cards back in their hand. Right.
Oh, true. That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
No. Yeah, I'll stun 2. I'll jolt the last one. I'll jolt 1, and you have 1 more that might be relevant. All right, I'll Frozen it. All right, we'll just pop off.
Yeah.
Double indiscriminate kill you.
Right.
Yeah. I like Frozen it 2 of it. Also keeps us at a deadlock. Yeah, that is how I feel. So I'm gonna include it in the deck because that's how I feel about it. And we got 1 more, so we can. I think we increase release up to a 3 of, just because like blocking is important. We've got so many good on block abilities that I think that it's needed personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then low blocks, we need 3 more here, and that would actually bring us to our proper number. My personal opinion is I think 1 Rockin' Attitude and then double Irrefutable. It's probably just the right call.
I'm surprised they didn't even put Irrefutable in there.
Yeah, not there at all. So we're there. So this is a 55 card deck. Our block zones look a little cleaner. 20 attacks. It's going to be a little aggressive, but I think there's going to be a lot of counterplay happening as long as you are making the optimal lines. I think that you will be fine, especially with Toru being able to get rid of cards, Gravity Barrier being able to get rid of cards, Cheerful Uppercut ending turns early. There's going to be a lot of I get to play on my turn, and so there's that. With that said, sideboard wise, I would probably toss in at least 1 more Zero Gravity Barrier, depending on how you enjoy the card, and then get rid of a Choco 1, put in a Choco 2, make it just a Choco 2 sideboard.
Right. The thing is that I said this earlier, is that this isn't for me, it's for my buddy. So and he's fairly new, so I'm that's why I think disagreeing with.
I think Ochako 2 is going to be better for the new player because its game plan is so straightforward. Oh, I hit you.
Right.
All right, I'll pick the shit back up and play it again.
Right. It's like, I don't know, he was stuck. He's not stuck on Toru, but he just said, I really want to build Toru. So I'm like, oh, sure.
For sure. And that's for like you lose game 1 and you need to just race them. So Ochako 2 is like insanely good at that. Right,
that's what I'm thinking. It's just my biggest hang-up is on the 20 attack count for the small deck size. I'm not, we could
increase it if you wanted to, right? And you've got all these options in your sideboard that you can do that, right? You could just like toss in even just like 1 more Frozen, 1 more Irrefutable, and like let it be 57 and then see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, toss in one more cool student, one more rockin', or toss in one cool student, one rockin' attitude, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or toss back in the fourth confused, right? Like there's never gonna be an instance where this card's not good. And so,
right.
I mean, like there's ways to just like there are obvious tools in the sideboard that like, man, quote, I'm drawing too many attacks, I'm seeing too many. Okay, man, let's just make the number bigger, because I don't think you necessarily want to take these cards out, because I think the other cards are just good.
No, that's the thing, is I was thinking just bloat the deck a bit more with foundations.
Yeah.
Because like I said, checking bad feels bad, and if you're mostly checking bad, you're mostly feeling bad. That's my mentality when I was a new player, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I totally get that. I totally get that. All right, man. I think this is a really solid spot, and it certainly opened up my eyes on what the chaos symbol could do. I know Phil Birch was bitching at me yesterday in chat, like, chaos is broken, blah blah blah. I'm excited to see what this chaos symbol does.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think chaos is actually kind of cool now. I have this. I think Rockin' Attitude really helped out chaos. I think is the biggest thing.
It certainly made it cool. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it woke up a few neat things. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Anything you vehemently disagree with in this list?
No, I think we're good.
Hell yeah. Well, let me ship it over to you. Happy 4th. Thank you for the support of our Patreon. And you have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too, bye-bye.
All right, peace.